As Pakistan's recent general elections drew near, Imran Khan was riding a tidal wave of popular support. But could the former cricket star really challenge the status quo? Or would his tsunami founder at the last moment? People and Power went behind the scenes to find out.
May 2013, and the streets of Pakistan echoed with a new sound. Louder than rickshaws and even bomb blasts, new voices were making themselves heard. Pakistanis were about to vote in the country's first fully democratic handover of power. Among them, these supporters of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, or PTI, the political party led by Imran Khan. In the run-up to polling day, the former cricket star was riding a wave of support so strong he called it the tsunami. And these rock concert-like rallies had become key to Khan's campaign. His huge, highly enthusiastic movement reflected a widespread desire for change. What was soon to be decided was whether this passion was enough to change the status quo.
इसलिए मैं आज सबके पास आपके पास आया हूं कि 11 मई को हमने जुल्म के निजाम को खत्म करना इंशाअल्लाह ये वो पाकिस्तान बनाना है।
1 year ago, People in Power filmed with Imran Khan as his party gained momentum. For 2 weeks, we followed him to places so remote that few major politicians would bother to visit. As enthusiasm gathered pace, we saw him painstakingly assemble a coalition of diverse interests ready to take on the government.
जो polling process है, अगर वो ठीक ना किया, तो अगलों ने तो इसको उछाल देना है, हमारा सारी election की credibility खत्म करके रख देनी है.
But Khan had no illusions about the scale of the task ahead.
To set up a party is not easy. To set up a party in an entrenched two-party system is even more difficult. And then to take on the entire political class is even more difficult.
With the long-awaited elections only 8 days away, we returned to Pakistan to follow Khan's team and supporters through the final frenetic days. Hopping from rally to rally by helicopter, Khan was now staging 5 or more events a day. The man behind the microphone is Faisal Javed Khan. As the PTI's rally compere, his role was to become even more important as the election drew near. So far, over 60 people had been killed in election-related violence. Imran himself had received death threats, yet he insisted on staying close to the crowds.
Police! Police!
While Khan travelled by air, his team on the ground was struggling to keep up. What's it like trying to chase the helicopter?
Well, that's really a big pain, you see. What we do is we skip places in between because, you know, we can't really chase heli. It's kind of very tough schedule, but time is short. 11th May is not that far. So, well, you had to really go for this. Imran Khan is the only leader who is going in every corner of Pakistan. He's visiting all areas. It's not like he's having one big jalsa and getting all other people there. He's visiting people. He's in direct contact with people. I think, which is a great strategy.
The next day, Imran flew to Narowal, a town in the Punjab, Pakistan's most populous province. Over half the national seats are in the Punjab, so winning places like this was essential. Wherever Khan travelled, his celebrity pulled in passionate crowds. Even here in Narowal, a stronghold of his main rival, Mian Nawaz Sharif, leader of the PMLN party. They've ruled the province 5 times. Two days later, and the PMLN were preparing their own rally in Narowal. Nawaz Sharif is known as the Tiger of the Punjab, hence his party's election symbol. His local candidate was Ehsan Iqbal.
The last election I won was with a majority of about over 30,000 votes, and we are hoping to repeat our history.
The PMLN had governed Pakistan twice, the last time ending in 1999. They could present themselves as a known quantity, unlike Khan.
People realize that Imran Khan is an inexperienced leader, has not run any government office for a single day. And when Pakistan is facing such grave crisis, we cannot really afford the experiment of apprenticeship.
As the crowds awaited the arrival of Nawaz Sharif, Ehsan travelled to a makeshift landing field. Like Khan, Sharif was doing the rounds by helicopter. But unlike his opponent, Sharif didn't make it to Narowal. He got caught up at a previous rally. Even without his boss, Ehsan managed to hold the crowd.
पाकिस्तान को मईशत, तालीम और तवानाई का बहरान ठीक करने की जरूरत है। मुस्लिम लीग नून वो वाहिद जमात है जिसके पास पाकिस्तान की मईशत को ठीक करने का प्रोग्राम है।
While the PMLN had a strong foothold in rural Punjab, in cities like Islamabad, Khan's PTI were banking on support from young urbanites, hopeful for change.
Pakistan is in a situation where we have almost touched the bottom of our history, and we are in a very, very bad crisis. And economy, we are touching the bottom side.
My vote would have been for PMLN if they would have taken a stance 2 years back against the government and their wrongdoings, but they did not. I believe that maybe Imran Khan won't sweep out and become Prime Minister, but he can make a very strong opposition and he won't let government go in the wrong direction.
Oh, we all want change, but we need to be very rational about it. We need to see what kind of a plan does Imran Khan has. And has he ever been able to implement those plans on ground?
He was not in the government, and even that, he built a hospital, he built the university, and he is doing many of the welfare works without having any position. And the people who are in the position, who can do, they are doing nothing.
The PTI inspired volunteers from all classes. For many, it was a first taste of grassroots politics.
We believe that this is a turning point for the country, and we are investing this time for ourselves, for our generations. I don't think most of us, we've been going to work in the last couple of days.
45% of Pakistanis vote. Let's say this time there is a change of 55% Pakistanis, means 10% more Pakistanis come and vote. Still there are 45% Pakistanis which will not vote. We want to go to them, talk to them and tell them that this is the day, this is the golden opportunity.
Ayla and Noman were canvassing for support from non-Muslims.
This is a smaller locality in Rawalpindi, and we are going to meet people from a small Christian community and ask them their preference for vote.
है।
हम इसलिए वोट मुस्लिम लीग नून के साथ हैं कि वो हमारी कॉलोनी के साथ, हमारे लोगों के साथ बहुत अच्छे हैं।
अगर ये वादे किए और अगर आप इन्हीं वादों वाले लोगों के पीछे दोबारा चलेंगे तो अगले 5, 10 साल, 20 साल में भी ये आपको इसी लेवल पे रखेंगे। हम ये नहीं चाहते, आपके और हमारे में कोई फर्क नहीं है। आप लोग पाकिस्तान हैं, हम लोग पाकिस्तान हैं।
While the grassroots supporters worked under their own steam, Imran's roadshow hurtled on. With only 5 days to polling day, Faisal was headed for Multan, one of the Punjab's largest cities.
We're not worried about sleeping these days. We're going through sleepless nights, and we're leaving our jobs, we're leaving everything, families, everything. So we must deliver. Last time when we went to elections was way back, 11 years back. Many things have changed. Dramatic changes in the electoral list. 40 million new voters.
Most of those new voters were aged under 35. The challenge was to mobilise them. After years of practice, Faisal had it down to a fine art.
और यहाँ कितने नौजवान हैं?
Four days out from the election, Khan planned to hit Lahore with 8 separate rallies around the city in one night. Gathering supporters and creating hype for the evening's events was the job of the PTI's social media team. Suleiman Ali Khan left his job in Finland, volunteering his time for the PTI campaign. His job that night was to make sure all the rallies were covered.
The key obstacle is that Khan is moving extremely fast in all of them. Yeah, and he's got some protocol at least, and we have difficulties in moving around. So therefore, we have to split into multiple teams and organize who goes where. So we've been like covering almost 100 jalsas in the last 15 days, so we're used to it now.
Twitter and Facebook weren't the only tools to gather support. The team was determined to reach everybody with a mobile phone.
We have a telephony. So we can send SMS to thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people all over Pakistan based on their locality. And I think what's important is that all these events that you're seeing, people are coming out on one SMS.
पाकिस्तान की आन, पाकिस्तान की शान। इमरान खान, इमरान खान। कौन बचाएगा पाकिस्तान? इमरान खान, इमरान खान। एक सुनामी, एक तूफान। इमरान खान, इमरान खान। पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद।
As the Lahore Rally Marathon got underway, Faisal's plan was to meet Khan at the second of the night's 8 scheduled venues. He got there early to warm up the crowd and walk through the candidates' route up to the stage. Lahore is the capital of the Punjab, and here, the race between the PTI and the PMLN was becoming too close to call. These rallies would be hugely significant. By 8 p.m, Khan should have arrived. It looked like he was late. Then people started to receive SMS messages. They said that Khan had had an accident at the previous rally. Everyone hoped it was a hoax. Finally, Faisal got confirmation. There had been an accident.
He was supposed to come here, but he has gone to the hospital. But we're hearing that that's a minor thing. He's going to be okay soon. He's going to join us in a while.
Faisal got another call. It now seemed Khan's injuries were a lot more serious.
बताओ ना.
जरा जल्दी जाएं, hospital.
Khan's injuries were much worse than initially reported. Damage to his spine, the biggest fear. Ascending to the rally stage on a forklift, he'd fallen from a height of 5 meters. The accident could have cost Khan his life.
I saw a lot of blood coming out from his head, and I was standing right there. And I tried to lift him up, and he said, just leave me alone, I'll get up myself. And then I think he was fainted or he got unconscious. And then people picked him up and put him in the car. You know, he's working so hard. He's doing at least eight rallies a day, which is humanly not possible. But he's getting this energy from somewhere.
Later that evening, doctors declared that Khan was out of danger, though in much pain from 3 fractured vertebrae. Remarkably, only hours after the accident, he addressed the nation from his hospital bed.
अपनी जिंदगी के पाकिस्तान के लिए लड़ा हूं जो मैं कर सकता था मैंने किया अब मैं चाहता हूं कि आप अपनी जिम्मेदारी लें अपनी तकदीर बदलना चाहते हैं आपको जिम्मेदारी लेनी पड़ेगी
Khan's team followed up on the message.
The idea should be tell them to take this message, own it, and say now he's on the bed.
Yes, take this clip here. We need to work on each of this.
Are you willing to now take on that responsibility now?
Right.
That should be your theme now.
Right. We will win this election. Nothing can stop us now. We are not trying anymore. We are hard, we are fast, we are going to the National Campaign Center. We are not sitting here with Imran Khan. We will win this election for Imran Khan. We'll do it.
Although Khan's condition was now stable, his campaign team feared that he wouldn't be able to lead the final crucial days. Their last and most important rally was just 2 days away, in Islamabad. A low turnout would be a disaster. The social media team got straight to work.
I am
Khan. Yes. Now we are focusing on one message. I am Khan and I will make a Naya Pakistan. That's what we do. 18 crore peoples. That's 180 million people in Pakistan. They will speak this message. They will become Khan and they will make a Naya Pakistan. That's what we spread.
The night before the final rally, Faisal travelled from Lahore to Islamabad. With Imran still in hospital, a lot now rested on Faisal's shoulders.
I'm not gonna sleep tonight. And I'm not sure whether I'll get some sleep tomorrow morning as well, because there's very less time and there's more to do.
Faisal arrived in Islamabad early on Thursday morning. This was the day all campaigning was legally required to end. So the rally that evening would be the PTI's last shot at gaining support. The plan was to project Imran's final speech live from his hospital bed.
We'll have about 2 big screens, 3 medium-sized screens, LEDs, and 4 projection screens.
The stage?
Yeah.
How are people going to get up there?
Stairs. Not the way the chairman went up there.
The team worked through the night, unsure if anyone would turn up to an event without its star attraction.
कौन बचाएगा पाकिस्तान? इमरान खान, इमरान खान.
The rally was scheduled for 7 p.m. No one knew what the turnout would be like. But by late afternoon, Islamabad began to turn red and green.
Pakistan ki aan! Pakistan ki shaan! Imran Khan!
सर से मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
जी जी आ रही है।
जितनी ज्यादा मुझे दुआएं और जितनी लोगों ने मेरी नमाज कोशिश की है सबसे पहले दिल से शुक्रिया आज से रिश्तेदारियां बैठे नजरी को वोट डाले, चेंज को वोट डाले। हम इस बार परसों शाम को शुक्राने के नफर पा रहे होंगे।
2 days later, in Pakistan's leafy capital, polls opened at 8 a.m. The run-up to this election had been bloody, but from here in Islamabad, the violence seemed distant as Faisal went to cast his vote.
I'm gonna put stamp on the bat, of course.
In the polling stations of downtown Islamabad, the democratic process looked calm and orderly. But just a short drive away, on the city's outskirts, it was a different story. Polling stations, especially those for women, were full to the brim and struggling to cope.
I just came here to cast my vote, but when I saw that how poor is the management here and what the local candidates are doing, so I just contacted my PTI and they gave me the authorization letter, and now I'm here working as their agent.
Allegations of vote rigging were widespread amid the chaotic scenes at many female polling stations.
आप लोगों ने औरतों को पता नहीं क्या समझा हुआ है कि औरतें जंगलियों की तरह यहाँ पे खड़ी हुई हैं।
As suspicions of coercion grew, some feared the disorder was intentional.
I am a polling agent with the authority. Gentlemen, you are absolutely in no position to tell me anything. This is my authority letter, and this person is stopping me, just trying to influence. This is an authority.
जबरदस्ती बल्ले पे वो एक सेकंड ये टोटल ड्रामा है इनका।
As the last voters left, a sudden storm battered the campaign tents. 61 people had been killed on Pakistan's polling day. By evening, the election count was well underway. It showed a 55% turnout, a historic high for Pakistan. Very soon it became clear that the PMLN were well ahead. Nawaz Sharif had been chosen to lead the country. But the PTI had won enough seats to form local government in the province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. That night, the PTI supporters digested their party's performance.
For us, Imran Khan is a hope. It's a concept. You guys who are not supporting PTI, they need to understand that in Imran Khan we believe because he's our hope.
They have a time to prove themselves, to prove their promises, the challenges they made for the other parties. Now is the time to prove that. And if they prove, then obviously they would be succeeding in next elections. And if they're not, I think the career of this PTI would be gone.
After travelling so far, Imran Khan's tsunami had clearly lost some of its impetus. It couldn't wash away the people's economic fears, nor drown the status quo. And it's unclear if Khan's dramatic accident had influenced voters. But the PTI will take on a new role as the opposition, and Faisal will be back on his mic.
We'll form the government in KP for sure, as the results are predicting that. And we will set an example there. Inshallah, Pakistan will progress, and the next elections, we will form the government in center as well. From zero to here, I mean, this really is an amazing achievement.